Hello, I'm doing my presentation on Otto Lilienthal. He was a German pilot who invented the glider, or worked very much towards the invention of the glider. And he is regarded as the father of aviation. He researched airfoils, the wings of birds, and the science behind that to engineer lift and to implement that into a glider to have a successful flight. He was born in 1848 in modern day Germany. He flew many experimental aircraft, gliders mainly, and smaller biplanes, but he laid the foundations for what we call gliders today. He researched and studied the effects of air, air density, and lift to design gliders, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. He used birds as his inspiration, of course, the flapping of wings, the feathers. He used wood, cotton, an alloy, cords, and metal clips, anything that he could put together that is lightweight and would work to fly. He gained the title of Flying Man worldwide. He was famous, and this gave him students, people interested in his work, people interested in buying his gliders overseas. It was really cool, and we'll get into a couple of his works now. These are some of the early gliders: the Seagull on the top, the Student Day glider on the middle, and then the small wing flapping machine on the bottom. We have some dimensions for the wingspan and the area, the square area or surface area of the gliders listed, and they're pretty heavy. And that guy didn't know how to tie a tie. Anyways, back to gliders. He used a cliff. Have you seen the second two pictures? He used just tall drop-offs, clear days, no wind, stuff like that. Very good conditions to just use the air to his advantage. They weren't very successful though. Um, he later implemented more modern wings as we know them, and these are what he called the normal gliders. Um, these were much more successful. We have some dimensions shown there. Um, Easier to control, a bit smaller wings, smaller surface area, more stable. But yeah, they had a little bumper bar on the front to lessen impact for if you crash for damage. Um, Yeah, all around good. The biplane was by far the biggest success. It had two wings, which lessened the variance for center of gravity, and that made it very easy to control. Of course, your body's strapped in. You're using your arms, your legs, your weight to center the gravity of the plane and to stay in the air. So the biplane was uh, instantly famous worldwide. The top wing of that original glider actually is stored in a museum in Munich, and the bottom one in Vienna, actually, which I think is pretty cool. All of his gliders were artifacts, essentially. They were pieces of accomplishment in the new aviation world, which is really cool. It's inspirational. Unfortunately, after 2,000 different flights and 5 hours total of flight time, with each flight being very little, of course, so only 5 hours. He did hit a gust of wind, which made him stall, and he fell crashing to the ground. He broke his spine, which ended up killing him. But his work lived on, specifically towards the Wright brothers, to inspire them and to build the next level, the new generation of aviators, and for other people to innovate his work, to take his findings, his research, and to make airplanes better, more safe, faster, stronger, all of that. Um, the models of his planes are held everywhere around the world, from the Smithsonian Museum to the National Space. Many of his works and gliders are held in the Smithsonian or the National Air and Space Museum or different private collections or museums all around the world. That just signifies his impact on the community and the history of aviation, and just the lasting legacy that he left on future inventors, investors, innovators, and pilots. So, very cool guy. He set the groundwork basically for the next century to come for innovation and airplane accomplishment. So, very cool. Here are two websites I used and the book that we checked out from the library. A Dream of Wings, Americans in the Airplane by Tom D. Crouch. And that is it for my presentation. Thank you for watching.